welcome back to the channel. I think I'm going to put the title of this video as changing the rear discs on a rear wheel drive Transit the easy way to take it to the garage and get someone else to do it, because it's a right pain in the butt, but I've got to do it. Couple of things before you start. On this one at least, the rear hub nuts, which are 65mm, that's the socket you need, and nylock. They're £35 each from Ford. You're not supposed to reuse them. And also that side is left hand thread apparently. That's the side we're going to do as an example. The next thing you need to bear in mind is you need to withdraw the drive shafts. That's the one from this side. I've done this side so I knew what I was doing. I'm halfway through, but I'm waiting on the delivery of the new drive shaft nuts. I found them on eBay. New hub seals, gaskets and nuts for 40, I think, for all of them delivered. But, so I thought, oh, well, I'll strip the other side and get started on that. What I've realised is I've parked it too close to the wall. So this drive shaft's not going to come out. So I've had to put this side back together temporarily without the drive shaft in, just put the bearing on. And I'm going to put it on some skates and move it that way. And I'm hoping, even if I come quite a bit this way, I can open the door on that cupboard to slide it back in. But I don't think I need to come that far. I'm going to measure it to make sure that it's okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is jack it up, put it on some skates and move it across, but then we'll get into it. Alright, so this is a fending article. We've now got it moved and everything. Procedure is, it's 21 socket, zip the wheel off. He just had some very nice Michelin Agila Cross Climate, I think, the mud and snow. Pretty chunky, fair play. So yeah, whip the wheel off. 13s to take the caliper off. 15s to take the caliper bracket off. And then what you need is, where's that gone? Ah, yeah, that. One of these. Which, for this job, I think is better. It's the drive shaft is held in with 3 large crosshead screws. I got all 3 out the other side using this. So yeah, so I'm gonna, like I say, 2 13s, 2 15s, get that out of the way, whack these, get them out, and then we'll look at withdrawing the drive shaft, and hopefully I've moved it far enough away from the wall. Right then. I'm going with that. Oh, there's always one. Like that. Oh. Take that back. Last one of the 6. That's where the 6 gauge drilled. Get a little monkey. Oops, this is it. Bigger drill bit. Awesome, here we go. Right. Move my chair. I'm going to box the oil now. Yep, there's the diff oil coming out. There's your drive shaft. Okay, there you go. Back to you then. So that was the problem. The one issue I had, you can see it's rusted out. I doubt these have been changed since it was new. It's on, well, you can see how bad the discs are. I think it's on 140 something. Right, as you see, a bit of diff oil came out. We'll top it up when we've finished. This is this 65mm nut, and like I say, I'm assured, well, I'm pretty sure, because the nylox, the replacement ones, the nylox are two different colours. I assume one indicates as left hand thread. So to undo this, and naturally though it is, we're going to go that way. So it's left. No, we're not. We're going to go that way. So it's righty loosey, lefty tighty. Need to cock that up then. Alright, let's give that a go. Right, thank you to my friend Josh for the lend of his large tool. Hopefully a sentence I don't ever need to say again. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, it's still quite tight. too many clothes on for this freezing today. Nearly off the night lock. Oh my god. You little tinker. There we go. Have you eat the mix is what I'm saying. Don't skip it like I did. Right, that's it off. Ideal way we're in 3 coats, but it's like 6th of December and it is not warm in Wales. Next step is disc is held on with T50 Torx bolts, loads of them, I think like 10. In order to get access to them, and also the disc needs to come off the back, we've got to remove this ABS ring using heat and brute force and chisels and stuff. It's pretty shitty, rubbish job, easy. I'm going to demonetize. In order to do that, I'm going to put some heat into this. Now this seal actually looks alright, but in order to get enough heat into this ring to get it off without damaging it, I would be worried about cooking the seal anyway. So I think I'll try and get it off and look if I've let this, if the seal's got warm, and we'll go from there. And crack these all out. Then I put it in a press yesterday to press the disc off the hub, then cleaned it up, but we'll show that in a minute. Cool. So, well, you can see this. Turn the light on. No, it's no better. I don't think this hub seal is as good as I was thinking. If you look at the ABS ring, it's filled up with like greasy crap. Same with all this in here. This is all muddy old grease and junk. First thing I'm gonna do is degrease, clean. Well, what I do is use WD-40 to soften it, clean it, scrape it as best I can, and then with a little plastic wire brush, and then once I've got it pretty reasonable, degrease it with brake cleaner. Because if I put a blowtorch near this is just, I would imagine, would just catch fire and inferno there. So yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is clean this back. The light's not very good over this side. So as you can see, that's a lot, that's just rust and crust now. I dug out the groove, that's the groove of the ABS ring, as best I can. I've also found a an engineering wedge, which I was using a chisel yesterday, but it's a masonry one, and the handle was catching on the edge of the disc and making it go the wrong way. So we're going to see if this works any better. Yeah, so just fire up the blue torch and see what happens. Closer. Yeah, so that's just sweated on, probably glued originally, but it's a pretty tight fit. Unlike BMW ones, as you can see, no corrosion underneath, so these don't generally break. Well, the other thing I was doing when I cleaned all this was cleaned out the inside of the Torx bolts, because if they're full of crap, you can't push the Torx bit in far enough and it rounds it off. The other thing I've got is a T50 impact socket, which appears to work pretty well. So we're going to fire up the air gun, zip them out, and then do I take the seal out first? I have set fire to it now, so it definitely needs cleaning, replacing. So yeah, whip the seal out, take the bearing out so I don't drop it anyway. It hasn't got warm, the bearing at all. Yeah, seal out, bearing out, then we'll unzip these, take it to the press it out, clean up this edge, new disc on, lovely job. Right, I apologise for the mess on my bench, and also the fact that the lighting's not brilliant with this side. Oh, put the gun in. So it. I tried with the smaller Milwaukee gun that I've got, which is somewhere, and I wouldn't bring these out yesterday, but as you can see with an air gun, I did touch a blowtorch on it lightly before it started. So it's going to separate there. I'll show you a bit closer now. Doesn't look like there's even a slightest of grooves. But she will pop, hopefully. Right, let's take it to the press. Right there, zoom in the camera vaguely. This is a 30 ton press, but 20 you're in danger zone. To be honest, any point past 2 ton, it's quite dangerous. And we'll do it. Take up the plane. And it's like a 2-gear press, this. So this takes up the, then it goes to like a low gear, and then that's when you see a bit of, oh, it's going. Ooh, she blew. So I'm sure you could do that with a hammer. So yeah, we're going to clean all this edge up, get all the rust off it so the new disc goes on nicely, and then we are moving in the right direction. Awesome. Right, I just cleaned out with a wire brush on a drill, so you can see I've got rid of all the worst of it. New disc goes on that way. Just line that up with the holes, lovely. And then these have obviously had a thread lock on them. Right, just cleaned that bit off. That one's obviously got thread lock on it. So I'm going to clean off the old stuff by just touching them with a trusty wire brush on the drill. Bit of thread. What have I got? Loctite 243, which is probably about 18 years old. I think it came courtesy of British Steel. Yeah, anyway, yeah, clean those bolts up, thread lock, whap them back in, and then we're pretty much waiting then for the new hub seals and the new hub nuts to go on the outside. In the meantime, I need to change the handbrake cables. That's not related to this video. I'll do a bit more filming after this, but this is really the gist of it now. Reassembly is reversal of the, again, to quote the Haynes manual. Obviously, re-grease all the clean the bearings, re-grease the bearings, pull all them in. New hub seal on the inside. This can then go back on the axle. Do the nut up. I've got all the torques, so I'll put that on the screen now and now. Got them off, I think someone put them on, oh, I just got them off Google. And then put it back together. Do we need to go into rewinding the calipers? If all you needed to know was how to do the discs, you've got this far. You probably already know how to rewind the caliper, but we'll rewind the one on the other side, just as a finish off video, just to show how to do it, and then we'll do a little bit as it's going back together towards the end. But hopefully this will have taught, which showed you. There are guides on the internet, but I could not find a how-to video for a rear wheel drive. There's loads of front wheel drive ones, and when you're doing the back disc on a front wheel drive one, they tell you to take the hubcap off and crank the nut before you take the wheel off. These, you've got the disc on the end of the I'm saying drive shaft. I think they're called half shafts actually. So if I've been calling them the wrong thing all the way through, I apologise. This is on further than it would be because that drive shaft's not in at the moment because we're still waiting for the new hub nut and seal, so that side's got to come back off anyway. Yeah, we'll keep plodding away and we'll show you a bit more in a little while. Right, I forgot a bit. Of course, this ABS ring's got to go back on. Try and do this one-handed. Cool, and that's that. Yeah, so when the seals come and the hub nuts come, we'll come back and put this back together. But like I said in the last bit, I think this will give you the gist of it if you want to know what you're in for. But you do need some tools, like I say, a decent T50 impact socket, a 65mm 3/4 drive, and a decent sized bar. Yeah, we'll get the rewind kit out now, I think. And we're back. Sorry, I forgot to start filming this morning. Had a bit of a difficult day. So the bits came from eBay, which is pretty good considering I think I ordered them last. I can't have ordered them last night. It must have been Tuesday night and they turned up Thursday morning. Gaskets are completely wrong, so we'll expertly catalogue them. Those are the new hub nuts for the nylock inserts. The yellow one is the left hand one for the passenger side, blue one is the right hand one for the driver's side. I should have showed a bit more about putting these in. Now these are aftermarket. They were very tight fit. I greased the outside edge and then used the same thing that I used to put the ABS ring on so I didn't damage it, and then just gave it a few whacks till it went down. Seems to be okay now. I rewound the calipers as well, I forgot to film that. This handbrake lever on this one was a bit seized, but I lubed it and worked in and out and it's good. We've got new cables. Don't be the tit like I did and take the cables back saying they're the wrong ones. One is longer than the other. Donut. Passenger side is longer than the driver's side. So we're going to finish greasing up the wheel bearings. So they're ready to go. Put our new nut on and put this side back together. This side, oh yeah, because I didn't have gaskets, I just used instant gasket. It's not brilliant, but you can see the bead on the outside of the hub. So I've clamped it. That was the side with one snapped drive shaft retaining bolt. Well, it's not snapped, I drilled it out. So I've just put the wheel nuts on for now to clamp it to hold the, so for the gasket to set. And yeah, new wear sensor on our side, cleaned underneath the pad carriers, greased the sliders, cleaned and greased the sliders, and we're getting it. So I'm going to put the other side back together. The hub nut is 400 Newton meters, I think. Well, I haven't got a socket, so I used an extremely long bar, and then I guess estimated very tight. It can't come off anyway because it's got the drive shaft plate in the middle of it. I start making a bit of nut. Well, it's not going to come off. What am I saying? It's tight. It's good. It's the same tightness it took to take it off. And then I kept spinning it as well. Checked it again, spun it, checked it. So yeah. Sorry, well cut there. Yeah, we'll edit that bit out. Yeah, so that bearing which is inside goes in. It don't fit the bearing, fit the new seal. I forget to put the bearing in. Nearly did that. So that one's already all greased up. Stick that back on the axle, clean and grease those two bits. then hub nut, and then start putting the caliper and brakes back on. Cool. Right, some of the drive shaft on this side, yeah. So again, I've tightened it up to FT and keep spinning it. I cleaned it, greased it, we're all good to go here. I'm going to clean this face off of all the old bits of gasket, so it's all nice. Do the same on the drive shaft, and then I'll put a bead on it and we'll have another look. And we're back, y'all. So put some instant gasket on this side. Come on. Leave that for the squidge to go off. Degrease, clean the carrier bracket, which is disgusting, where the hub seal's been leaking. Do that, job done. You're getting it. Okie dokie. Nearly made a bit of an error because I put the new handbrake cables on when the calipers were up here, and until they're in the correct place they're not long enough to reconnect the threaded bar from the front. So once they're installed, you can then reattach the threaded bar, then you put the handbrake on and off loads of times to wind the piston that we wound back in out, so it's good. And then adjust threaded bar. Now I'm going to drive it a bit to get them to bed in, and then adjust it again. But yeah, that's on a Sprinter. This is like, I don't know, hour both sides, front or back. And on a Transit, it's just a horrible mission. Why they designed it like this, I haven't got a clue. That side's all done. Wear sensor, handbrake cable. So if this helps out a bit, hopefully, fair play to you. Hopefully you stay safe and get the job done without too many crying phone calls to your mechanic mate. If you do make them, don't worry, we've all been there, on both ends of it, most of us. But yeah, we're happy. Obviously the next time we did this is the first time I've done one of these. Next time would be hugely faster, but that's the same with anything. But yeah, I'll put a little list of the tools that you need here, and hopefully it helped. Thanks for watching, take care, bye bye.